Hi. I'm not exactly sure if I want to talk about this or if I should talk about this because I've been delaying talking about this for the longest now, and I know that this whole ban wave thing going on has probably come and gone, but I just feel like I need to kind of bring up a few things a little bit. The thing is with me, I personally don't like talking about things that don't usually have anything to do with me to begin with, so I've been really like delaying talking about this for a while because it really had nothing to do with me, and I just felt like I wasn't the right person to talk about this with. I just feel like it's just one of those things where
I don't necessarily care.
So I know I didn't do like a proper introduction, but today I'm just all over the place and I want to go ahead and record a video on a couple of things just to talk about my thoughts of the Hanoverians and bring up a few topics here and there that have nothing to relate to the game at all. But we're gonna do a little bit of a train with me as per usual. We're gonna have a little chatting session and just train my horse because obviously I got boosts to level 10, but I have been MIA on this game for the longest. That's why I'm still wearing the exact same clothes that I was wearing when I got the Hanoverians. Like,
that just shows my dedication to this game.
But I first kind of want to talk about the whole ban wave and kind of elaborate on why I didn't talk about it before when it was going on and the reasons why I just feel like it really isn't something that concerned me, and that's why I didn't want to talk about it. No, I don't want to be insensitive to those who have lost their accounts or have been banned because of, you know, using a second program, especially if they need it for something and it's not really like considered cheating, but it's a program that they use to help them with whatever they need help with. And so I know that a lot of people got banned injustly, I guess. Like, they got banned for using a program that isn't quote unquote considered cheating. Like shaders, for example. It's obviously a second oh my gosh, I didn't see that. It's obviously something that better enhances the game and makes it look better for the person that's using the shaders. Obviously, it doesn't affect the rest of the player base throughout the game. It only affects the person who is currently using it. It doesn't have any issues. Like, it doesn't consider cheating. It doesn't, you know, like, it's just supposed to make the game look good. And I've heard that some people got banned. I'm not naming names because I obviously don't know. Like, I don't know the whole situation, but I've definitely heard a bunch of people saying that, oh, I got banned from Star Stable because I was using shaders, and I don't know how. I'm not like discrediting them or anything, but I don't personally know how because obviously I still use shaders and I haven't gotten banned from this game. Obviously, I don't use any other second party software for this game to make it cheat. Like, I once saw before the ban took place and everything, I saw this one person who had a horse that had a different coat color. Obviously, the coat color wasn't on that specific breed. It was a coat swap or whatever. And I was wondering genuinely, like, where did they get that horse? Like, it was like a not Shire, but it was a Frisian, just a regular Frisian that had a black mane and a like gray coat, like a white coat, like a full gray white coat. And I think this was before they put the Frisian sport horse in the game. So I was just kind of like surprised. I was like, where did they get this horse from? And this was literally before the ban wave even started or everything like that. And this goes back to my earlier point about how I didn't want to talk about this, is because I genuinely don't care. Like, let me elaborate. I just feel like it has nothing to do with me. Like, as long as my account isn't banned, I don't necessarily care what the ban wave has to do with everything. I just feel like, not to be like rude, like I said, not to be rude or insensitive, because people have lost their accounts, and I feel like if I lost my account, then this would be a completely different video. Like, I would genuinely be outraged, and I feel like I'd completely lose my mind because I spent too much money on this game to just end up losing it. But considering that obviously I'm not banned and I use shaders and I didn't get banned for that type of thing, it just felt like I just wasn't the right person to talk about this because I really don't feel like it has anything to do with me. Now, I want to compare this to another topic about the whole like gardening system and how they changed the gardening system. Now, that's something that I would be willing to talk about and consider necessarily like care about, because it does have something to do with me. It affects my gardening. But considering that I don't garden a lot in this game, it doesn't affect me too much, but it still affects me because when I do feel like doing my gardening, I want to be able to get whatever it is that I wanted to earn from that gardening. And I know a lot of people were outraged about it. Supposedly Star Stable fixed it, but they made it where I think they made it where you can get the same amount of seeds you get back from when you plant all of your, or like when you uproot all of your plants over there. But what they changed now is the light extraction. Instead of just getting 100, because I remember you would get 5 seeds for 100 light, now they made it to 50, and that's kind of where I'm like irritated with. At the end of the day, I really don't like complaining about the game. I just feel like I'm one of those players, and I know I'm not the only one, who's just here for the ride, you know? Every game has their own controversy. Every game has their own mishaps and mistakes. Like every game has, I can name a couple of games that I play that there's just so much going on. The community and everything, whether it be toxic or not, there's just so much going on. And then there's like players like me who are just here for the ride. We're just here to enjoy the game for what it is, not really complain about it. Like we'll still voice our opinions. Yeah, we'll get like disheartened about certain updates and changes in the game that we may not see fit, and we may voice our opinions about the situation. But I just feel like I said, I'm just here to enjoy the game for what it is, because I really don't want to be one of those people who just complains about every little thing, like not having enough updates or like not being able to do this, that, and third. And if I was just complaining about the game consistently, I just feel like I would never be able to enjoy the game for what it is. And that's kind of just how I feel about Star Stable in a lot of different games. I don't necessarily have expectations for this game, but I don't have low expectations either. So I'm kind of just like, I expect certain things, but I don't have too high of expectations for certain things, because like I don't want to get my expectations up too high and then be so disappointed when something doesn't happen. And I'm just not that kind of person. So with a lot of different games, and I'm just gonna be naming a few, like The Sims, I don't have high expectations for, and it's not because I hate the game. I feel like a good example for this would be like The Sims. I do play The Sims 4 like on my free time, and there has been a lot of stuff going on with The Sims and the Sims community and everything like that. And like I said, I do get a little disheartened with certain things. Like every update includes a broken glitch or some sort of bug in the game that makes the game non-playable, and it does make me upset. I do get upset and complain about it, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to enjoy the game for what it is. Like, yes, it may be glitchy, it may be buggy, and every update that we get implemented into the game literally breaks the game even further than it already is. And I do have my moments where I get really fed up with The Sims. Like I genuinely feel like I need to take like a 4-month break because it's just that bad. But just because I complain about it and say certain things about it doesn't mean I hate the game. It honestly just means the exact opposite. Like I love The Sims down bad, and like The Sims is like my ride or die game. Love that game to pieces, and it hurts to see that every time a new update comes in the game, it breaks the game, or every time we expect something good for a pack or an expansion pack, we have to pay more for it when it should have been implemented in a different pack, or you know, like we have to pay more money for something that should already be in the game. And I just genuinely feel like, yeah, it's frustrating, it's irritating, and it makes me not like The Sims at times, but The Sims will always be my ride or die game. It's the same with Star Stable. Star Stable is going to have its controversy, is also going to have its pitfalls. I'm not surprised. It's the same with every game. Every game game isn't perfect. Every game is gonna have its flaws, but I just feel as if I'm always complaining about the game's flaws and everything, I really won't be able to enjoy the game for what it is. So that's why I don't talk about a lot of different things on this. I just don't want to waste my breath, you know, like I really just want to enjoy the game. And that's the same with the whole bandwave situation. If it really did come down to it and I got banned off my account because of using shaders or something like that, like I don't know what I would do. Like I'd lose my mind. Yeah, I would genuinely lose my mind. I would crash out. Like I would feel like I don't know, because honestly, obviously I do love this game and I do play this game a lot, and obviously my channel revolves around Star Stable anyway, so it would just hurt to know that I would get banned from my account. With that being said though, I do feel bad for people who did lose their accounts injusticeably, like, and we already know how Star Stable support is. It's not the best, and especially if you've paid a lot of money on this game, you spent a lot of time grinding on that account, and then just to end up losing it for absolutely no reason is, yeah, it would make anybody quit the game completely and just drop it altogether, move on. And I completely understand and I get it, and I feel bad for those people who did end up losing their accounts. But then there's a handful of people who did genuinely lose their account for a good reason. I'm so sorry, I need to turn this off because I literally can't see where the heck I'm going. But like I said, there's like a handful of people who did lose their account or got banned because they quite literally deserved it. They cheated or they used some sort of cheats in the game to fly or to swap codes. And even though swapping codes don't really affect me, it kind of makes me a little jealous though, and kind of be like, oh, I wish I had this horse but in this coat color. And to see people who can just change their horse's coat to whatever the heck they want. But obviously if it starts coming to the point where it starts affecting everybody, like meaning like you see that that person is changing the coat on the horse, or you know that that horse is in game but obviously not that coat color, then it starts to become a problem. I can understand if you're using it and it's only for you to see, like with shaders. Like I said, shaders doesn't affect everybody's viewpoint of the game. It only affects your viewpoint, if that makes sense. Like it doesn't change the graphical look of the game for other people, it just changes what it looks like for you. So it doesn't really affect anybody else but you and your game. But when it comes down to swapping coats and flying in the game and whatever else cheats are out there, people can literally see that. People can see that you're cheating and you're using some sort of cheats. Like guys, I don't think you understand. When I saw that coat color, I was genuinely like, where did they get that coat color? Because I actually really wanted to go and find it, but then I quickly realized that's not in the game. So they must have done something and cheated it. But I'm going off track. I'm going off topic. It's just one and done thing. If you cheated, you cheated. That's kind of the end point. If you cheated and got banned, then you obviously deserve to get banned because you cheated, obviously. And if you didn't cheat and you lost your account for, you know, stupid reasons, then yes, I can understand. Yeah, that can be unfair, and I completely understand on that. But now that we've gotten that topic out of the way, I'm sorry if it kind of sounded disorganized. I really hope you guys will just understand what I'm saying. Like, I do care because it is unfair for people who got banned for no reason at all. Like literally no reason. They don't even use Reshade or anything. They just got banned. So I don't know how they're using this banning system. So yeah, I definitely understand. But considering that I obviously am not banned and my account's fine and nobody else that I know who plays this game got banned, I genuinely just don't have anything else to say about it. I don't, you know. But let me go ahead and talk about my opinions on the Hannah variant. Let me just start off by saying that I was completely surprised that some people had a problem with the trot. Me personally, I genuinely like the trot. Like, it's bouncy and it's cute. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one who doesn't know what I'm talking about. That's why I didn't want to talk about it too much, because I genuinely feel like I might be alone in it, but I definitely like the trot. For some reason, it's cute and it's bouncy, and I don't know, it's not doing too much. Like, it still looks kind of preppy and kind of like a show horse. I'm pretty sure Hanoverian can be a show horse, so it still kind of looks preppy and cute, and I don't have an issue with it. And I was genuinely surprised when I made the video and after I posted it to see that so many people had a problem with the trot. Like, everybody didn't like the trot, but I like the jump. Like, this starter jump right here, I love this pose so much. Like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure if other horses do that, but I really like that with this horse. I just feel like, I always say this though, but I always feel like Star Stable really does be upping their game when it comes to these new horses. Like, I can't hate on the horses. Like, they genuinely like are getting better with not even just the horse coats, but the detail on the horses. They look absolutely stunning. Each one looks very unique. Like, even though a Hanoverian looks very similar to a Cell Princess, it's obviously, you can tell the difference between a Cell Princess and the Hanoverians, because I mean, obviously look at their coats and kind of their mane style and their kind of build, especially considering like how they run. Especially I feel like the run, how they gallop, is completely different from the Cell Princess, because you can see like they don't do that little rump roll or whatever that the Cell Princess do, which I actually like that for some reason. Like, I always like what people hate and hate what people like, so I don't know. I just feel like I don't have an issue with it. I also really like the coats that they have. I also want that bay, that light bay one that they had the first option, but I was just like, you know what, I have 3 Hanoverians right now, so I kind of want to wait and see how I feel about the horse before I go ahead and buy more coat colors. But I really do love the coat colors on these horses. I love the amount of time and detail put into them, as always. I can't really hate on these horses, to be honest. I'm probably not the right person to go to when it comes to like critiquing every little thing about the Hanoverians or any horse. I like what I like and hate what I hate, but I feel like I'm not too hard on horses because I'm not a horse girl. I'm not a Western rider. I'm not a English rider. I don't know if this is how a Hanoverian is supposed to act, or if this is how they're supposed to run, trot, gallop. I'm not an expert. I have no clue, but it looks right to me. Like, I don't see any bits where it's clipping or it's cutting into its other legs or something. Like, it doesn't look glitchy to me. But then again, I'm not analyzing every single movement of this horse. I do love its run. I love its coats and its mane styles. It's very simple. And I also like the tack that comes with it. I'm also still trying to work on my trailblazing track, but like I said, I've been MIA on this game for a while, so I haven't been doing my dailies, guys. I'm sorry. Overall, if I had to rate this horse, in my personal opinion, out of 10, I would give it a solid 8, maybe even a 9 out of 10. Like, it's not a bad horse or a bad breed. I genuinely feel like the more horses that Star Stable brings out, the better they are getting with their animations, their special movements, their idle animations. I also like the idle animations on this horse. They just get better and better, and I can't find any complaints about that. Now, you know I hate complainers. There's always that one person in a game or a community that is always complaining about everything, and I just feel like
you just need to chill out.
If you're always complaining about every single thing, there's nothing wrong with critiquing the game and sharing your opinions on the game, which should be fixed, which should be removed, things like that, in a calm, civilized manner. But there's people that I see who are straight up rude and disrespectful. Sometimes I look on Star Stable's like Instagram page and I just take a little bit of a sneak peek in the comments and see people talking about some,
when is this going to be implemented in the game? When is this going to be removed?
Blah, 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 blah. It's kind of like they say it in a rude way. Like, either they say it sarcastically or they just are just straight up rude. And like, I'm sitting up here reading these comments and I'm like, they're so mean. Like, you can share your thoughts and opinions on the game about what you like and what you dislike without being so rude about it. Like, that's not how humans communicate. Last time I checked, like, if we want to communicate our feelings with somebody, we don't straight up yell or we don't be mean and rude, because who's gonna listen to a person who is rude and disrespectful. And I'm pretty sure I talked about this a little bit, but I just feel like it gets worse with certain games that I've been seeing. Like I said, with The Sims, I keep using The Sims as an example because I feel like The Sims is a perfect example of like how people genuinely are rude. And don't get me wrong, they have every right to be upset, you know, especially what the game has turned into now. They have every right to be dissatisfied, upset, whatever, but they have no right whatsoever to voice that in a mean and disrespectful way. If you guys know what I'm talking about, like people will be straight up disrespectful about it. Like they're not even like sharing their opinions. They're trying to diss the person or make the person feel bad. And 9 times out of 10, the person that they're quote unquote being mean to or trying to diss is literally just the social media manager. Like they're not even the main people who makes the game's quests and the horses. Like they're literally just the manager of the social media page. They don't have any power or control over that type of things. Yeah, they can like put certain inputs and stuff. Like they can be like, hey, you know, this is what the community wants for the game and this type of updates, but everybody's straight up mean and disrespectful about it. And it's just kind of like, why are we being so rude? Like we can talk like humans. We can share our dislikes and opinions in a respectful manner. And like I said, The Sims is a great example for this, because like even I'm fed up with the game at times. I haven't played the game in a hot minute because I can't save my save file. Like any save file that I'm in, I can't seem to save my family. So I do all of this progress and I can't save my game. Now I know there's a mod causing this. I already know that. It's not that I don't know that. It's the fact that every game update, whatever it is, base game update or a new expansion pack game pack put into the game, breaks or glitch the game. Because sometimes it's genuinely not me. It's not my mods, because I updated all of my mods. It's not me. It's literally the game. So I have to wait until EA, Maxis, whoever goes in and fixes this glitch, this bug or whatever, and now it makes my game non-playable. It irritates me, and I think that's why I feel like I need to give myself a break. That's when it comes down to certain games. Like even with Star Stable, I love this game, but there's times where I just feel like I need a break from the game so that way I don't get burnt out from it. Because if I play a game so much to the point where I feel like there's nothing to do, because honestly there's really not much to do in this game. Like I said, you can only do so much in this game now. If you finished all of your quests, you have your reputation, you can train your horses, you can do championships, but there's only so much you can do before you run out of steam or you run out of things to do in this game. And so that's where I feel like taking a little bit of a break, stepping back, makes it for me personally where I don't get burnt out from the game, because I don't want to stop playing the game that I love for 4 months or so to a year because I'm literally so like burnt out with the game. And I know a lot of people can relate to this with a lot of different games as well that they play, that they just feel like I just need to take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, you know, come back when I can get my mind and everything cleared up, because I don't want to get to the point where I'm completely burnt out from the game and I don't want to play the game and I don't want to touch it anymore. It's just because there's times where I have gotten like that where I just don't want to play. I don't want to play. Recently I've been playing Honkai Star Rail and Wuthering Waves, and playing those games for a little bit gave me a fresher look on playing Star Stable. It just made it where now I miss Star Stable. Now I want to actually come out, because for a while I haven't been making videos. Like it's been like what, almost a week already since I've actually posted a video on this channel, and I don't want it to get like that, but there's just times where I need that moment to step away and just come back at a later date with a fresh and clear mind. And that's exactly what I did. Now I want to play the game. Now I want to record the game. Now I want to do this, that, and third. Now I want to actually work on my trailblazing track. Like I don't want to feel forced to play a game just because I have a YouTube channel or because I have people expecting me or something like that. Like I just need time to let it sit and recuperate. So yes. And another reason as to why I kind of took a little bit of a break, or if, like, not even hiatus, just a little bit of a break, not too much, but it's because there was no interesting update. Like, the only update that we got was the Guerrero Medeo's race. I don't know, that Jorvik race that we have, and that was pretty much it. That was literally the update. There was nothing else. There's no new content, and like, I'm not upset about that, because that honestly gave me a reason to kind of just step away from the game and give it a break, and then come back when a new and better interesting update comes in. So next week the bazaar will be coming back. I don't know what horses are going to be on the bazaar. I have no clue. I don't know if CC Creations posted like the reveal of what horses will be discounted or not. I have no clue. I'm just, by the time I'm done posting this and everything, she'll probably have posted something, but I'm not exactly sure. But I can't wait for that. And I have I'm really trying my best not to spend my star coins. I did go ahead and give my barn, or my stable, a little bit of a makeover, because I really wanted a red interior. And I can show you guys at the end of this, but I really wanted a red interior, and I was just like, you know, I kind of want to change some things up, but I don't want to spend too much money on here, because I remember when they first came out with the stable update and my bank account was empty because I was trying to change and improve every little thing. Now I'm just like, I don't use that area a lot. I'm not in my stables a lot of the time, and when I am in there, I'm in there making outfits or picking out a horse, so I'm not in there a lot. But I do keep some of my themes the same, but if I really want to refresh, I'll refresh it up a little bit and change certain bits, but I'm not changing the whole entire stable. Some of the stuff that you do get are for free, so I didn't have to spend much. But for that red paneling, wood paneling, I needed to spend some star coins, because I can't. I really wanted that. I don't know, I think I saw someone have like tried on a red one, and I was like, ooh, that looks really nice. Like, that red looks like Steve's like farm, and I just really like that red type of vibe. Is it just me, or did the end game like get darker? I think it did. Like, I feel like the sun went down in the game a little bit. I don't think I've noticed that before. But yeah, I'll show you guys at the end what I'm talking about, because I'm probably just speaking nonsense, but you guys know. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure what to talk about. I just feel like now I'm just gonna go off topic of games and stuff and talk a little bit about Miraculous Ladybug. Now, I'm not sure if everybody watches this. Like, I know a couple of people my age and older who still watch Miraculous Ladybug to this day. As you guys know, season 6 came out this year, and I've been watching the new animation. Honestly, I just want to say that I feel like the old animation wasn't bad. The new animation is definitely an improvement. There's some characters that look a little funky. They look a little weird. They look like I don't know. They don't look like themselves with the new animation, but I have to say the new animation is definitely an improvement to the old animation, because everything looks more alive in the new animation. The old animation, everything in the background kind of looked dead. Even like the side characters, the background characters didn't have much personality. If you guys watched the Miraculous movie, I forgot what it's called, Miraculous, I think it was just called the Miraculous movie, The New Beginner or something like that, where it wasn't directed by Thomas Ashcroft. How do you say his last name? I feel like, okay, but it wasn't directed by Thomas. It was directed by his like brother, I think. I'm not sure. And I really love the graphics in that, and even the background characters. I know a lot of money went into that movie. Like, they had a high budget, so I know a lot of money went into that movie, and I just have to say it was absolutely gorgeous. The visuals, Ladybug and Cat Noir looked really great. Like, Marinette wasn't as irritating in the movie. Neither was Adrian, I guess, / Cat Noir. I mean, Adrian has never been irritating to me. It's always been Marinette. She's always making every scene that she's in, she makes me cringe. Like, I can get past it because, hey, that's my girl Marinette, but like almost every single scene that she's in makes me like visibly cringe and need to take like a break, because it's like, girl, what are you doing? You know? Especially in the new animation, I just feel like she's been going off her rocker. I know specifically, if you haven't seen season 6 or anything, there's gonna be some spoilers. I'm sorry, but if you haven't seen season 6, there's gonna be some spoilers here. But if you've seen the episodes Sublime, she was really going off her rocker on that one. Like, season 1 Marinette, she was cringy and she was stalkerish at times. Like, she had an obsession with Adrian, but I just feel like in season 6 they amplified that a lot. Like, I feel like the lessons that we learned in previous seasons have been removed or erased in season 6. I'm not saying that Marinette changed or anything, but I feel like she's been kind of reduced back to who she was, but kind of on steroids. I felt like that episode specifically, and before season 6 was even released, they did a lot of spoilers on that episode specifically, and I was like, oh my gosh, this video or this episode is going to be a hard watch for me, because the girl is going to consistently embarrass herself, and it's just like, girl, you need to take a chill pill. Like, you need to take a chill pill. Like, the lessons that she learned, okay, I don't know why I didn't get that, but the lessons that she learned in previous seasons have been removed, revoked, like they're non-existent. You know, she's dating Adrian, and in season 5 we kind of saw how she was like nervous and everything when she first dated Adrian and everything like that, and she was worried and things, but then she got over it. Like, she learned to be a little bit more calm and confident with him around, and she wasn't as stuttery as she was before. And then in season 6 it's like we're relearning that. I don't know exactly what the issue was. I don't know what was going on with her. Like, again, like, I'm not hating on her or anything like that. She's definitely crazy and cuckoo at times, but I definitely feel like she's been through a lot. My girl has been through so much, and it's crazy to me that it's only been a year in their world, but in our timeline it feels a lot longer. Like, obviously it's been like, what, 5-6 years already since the Miraculous fandom has been out already, I'm pretty sure. So it feels longer for us, especially since there was like a multitude of seasons. But it's crazy how seasons 1 and seasons 5, like 1 through 5, have all happened and occurred in 1 year. That's absolutely crazy to me. That's kind of bonkers. I didn't know that until it was actually stated, like, yeah, this was all happening in just a year. I'm like, what? So she became Ladybug, she lost the Miraculous, she became the Guardian, she found out who Monarch actually was. All this happened in a span of a year. Girly has been through so much at such a young age too. Like, she's what, 15 now, going on 15, 14. She's not even an adult yet. She's not even a young adult. She's still a child, a teenage child, learning how to regulate her emotions and stuff like that. And I know that the new season 6 episode came out today, so I'm about to watch that after this. So I don't know, I've saw a few clips on TikTok, and I don't know, I always suspiciously thought Alia was always like, I don't know, like, I don't hate her. Like, I feel like she's definitely a good best friend, you know? But I just feel like there's certain choices and decisions that she makes that it's not even her fault. It's the story. It's like the writer, who's ever writing her character, when it comes to rationality, goes out the window. Who's ever writing her character keeps messing her up, because when it comes down to Alia, she's a girl's girl all the way. You know, the way that she would believe Lila over her best friend, even though, yeah, Lila is a conniving liar, like, she's a good liar, blah 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 blah, but that's your best friend, you know? And then when Adrian had to kind of step in and be like, yeah, I don't trust Lila either, she still kind of like disregarded that, her and Nino. So I'm like, when it comes to things like that, the writing makes her look like a bad friend, when in reality she's a really good friend. I don't know, like, I feel like it really is the writers who keep messing up her character when it comes to trivial and important matters, when it comes to her trusting Marinette. Like, girl, this is not how, like, there's times where I'm watching and I'm like, this is not how Alia would act. Like, this is not how Alia would respond or react. She would have genuinely, if Adrian started saying something, like, obviously Marinette is obviously off her rails at times, but if Adrian's saying something and you're still not believing that, it's kind of just like, okay, you know, I mean, Adrian's a pretty level-headed guy, so I mean, he put up with Chloe for the longest time, so he's a pretty level-headed guy and he's pretty forgiving at times. So if Adrian is saying something, obviously something's got to be up, and I would have been a little bit more suspicious with Lila and not completely trust her. But like, Alia had complete faith and trust in Lila that she wouldn't lie to her, and it's just like, that makes you look bad. But I don't blame Alia, I really don't. Like, I just feel like the writers are messing her up or something. Like, I'm not sure what's going on in the studio, but that's not how Alia would act. But I digress, she's still my girl. I don't know what kind of storyline they're trying to cook up with having her react the way that she reacted in the new season 6 episode, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not sure. But based on what people have been saying so far, it's not good. People are like half and half. I don't know, like I just need to see. But this whole thing just turned into a whole little rant, but I just feel like I need to get this off my chest and talk about it, because if I don't talk about it now, I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. But I know a lot of people do watch Miraculous Ladybug and have a lot of thoughts and opinions about it, so let me know down below your guys' thoughts and opinions about it as well, because I just feel like I need to have a little bit of a discussion. Like, I need people to understand my side and understand my point of view, not necessarily agree with it, but just kind of understand where I'm coming from when it comes to things like this. Like, I'm not excusing her behavior or anything, because Marinette has definitely made some mistakes. Obviously, her mistakes have never caused her grave consequences, but she's definitely made some mistakes. The end of season 5, I definitely do not approve of what she decided to do, but she's a teenager. She's thinking like a teenager. She's thinking like a child. She obviously doesn't know the weight of this secret yet, but I'm just hoping that she gets the consequence that she needs. Like, I feel like that's going to be character growth. That's going to help her grow as a character and as a hero. These are all just lessons for her to learn. The thing with Marinette that irritates me, and again, I feel like this is not her fault. I feel like it's the writers who write her in such a way that she can get away with it. She is literally obsessed, not a crush. Like, she has an unhealthy obsession over Adrian, and it gets to a point where it really shows that she's off. Okay, like, we all have crushes. I know we've all had a crush on somebody once, and you know, it's natural to once in a while check their social media page or want to know more about them. You know, if you like someone, or if you know, you want to get to know them more. Everybody wants to get to know someone that they like and admire or whatever, or they have a crush on. That's normal. But Marinette takes it to a whole nother level. She follows the dude around. Like, she knows his schedule at every hour of the day. She bought him gifts for the next 80th birthday. She knows all of his, like, girl knows way too much information for someone who just has a crush on him, you know? So she takes it in a way that it really makes her unrelatable. Like, she's not even relatable already because she's obviously a superhero, but it makes her even more unrelatable because it's just like, not every teenage girl acts like this when they have a crush on a boy. Some do, but not all teenage girls do this, where they take it to a whole nother level, because she's on a whole nother level when it comes to Adrian. She can't think right when it involves him. Anything that involves Adrian, all logic and reasoning goes out the window. And what makes it worse is that her friends don't necessarily call her out on it. Like, there's times where Alia may be like, hey girl, you're actually insane or you're crazy, but she says it in a way where it's a joke, or in a jokingly way, or Marinette just doesn't take it seriously, and it's just like,
no girl, you're actually kind of insane.
And you know, her friends, they're not only like supporting her, but they're encouraging her as well. So they're not even actively trying to like, hey girl, like, no, seriously, this is kind of crazy, you need to dial it back a little bit. But Marinette, like I said, when it comes to Adrian, all logic and reasoning goes out the window. So even if her friends, family tries to talk her out of whatever it is she's going to do, it's just like one of those situations where she just has to learn. She just has to learn from her consequences, and that's kind of what I want to see for Marinette. But it's like, she doesn't learn anything. That's the thing. Like, she doesn't actively learn that, hey, this is not okay, because she doesn't actually get punished for it. Like in season 6 Sublimation, that was one of the only times that I can recall where her stalkerish tendencies actually had a consequence. Now it actually backfired on her, because with her stalkish tendencies with Adrian, I don't want to call it stalking, but with her obsession stalker tendency she has with Adrian back in season 1, season 2, it's kind of like she ends up getting him anyway. She ends up getting the guy that she likes anyway, despite being obsessive like that, you know? But in Sublimation season 6, there was actually consequences for that. And I really like that for Marinette. That helps her grow as a character. That makes her feel more relatable. Like, your actions have consequences. Good or bad choices have after effects. Whatever it is you decide to do, there is going to be repercussions that you'll have to pay for. And Marinette doesn't learn a lot of that because she continues to do the exact same thing without any issues. But I feel like I'm going off on a tangent here, but if you guys want me to go ahead and talk more about Miraculous Ladybug and everything like that, let me know, because guys, I just have a lot to talk about. Like, I talk to myself about this because I feel like nobody that I know, none of my friends watch Miraculous Ladybug, so I just feel like I need to have a little bit of a friendly kind of discussion when it comes to this show. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this video. I'm so sorry if this video was all over the place and I was jumping from subject to subject and topic to topic, but I just had so much to talk about and I didn't really want to talk about the game or anything like that. I just wanted to have little meaningless talks like this. So let me know if you guys want me to continue doing more chit chats like this, and we can kind of have like a discussion in the comment section box below. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye everyone. So I know it's the end of the video, I know that, but I completely forgot to show you guys my barn and what it looks like. I keep saying barn, it's my stable, but I know I said at the end I was going to show you and then I completely forgot. So for those who care, can stay. If not, I just want to just show you guys what I did. Like I said, I kept pretty much everything the same. I changed this and went for like a cobblestone type of rim here, and then I still kept like this is not gold, this is bronze type of vibe here because I thought that looked better. And I really like the dark oak and everything, but I didn't want the whole thing to be dark oak, so I was just like, I need that contrast, guys. Like, I need to have the dark borders and then a light contrast. So I was just like, let me go with this light oak here, this birch oak here, and then the floor is still the same because why would I change that? Same with the lamps and my beams up here. It really is reminding me, and the vibes are like giving the Great Wolf Lodge. If you've been to that place, that's exactly what this is giving. So like I said, I really like this red. I don't know what it is. I saw it look good on like somebody else's barn, like, but they didn't actually keep it. So it's just like, you know what? I want to try this red, and I just feel like it looks really nice. I don't know if they like made it where you can like change the inside of this part. I don't know if that's like a future update or they did it and I just haven't been paying attention. I would have like known if that was the case. Yeah, they don't have like an interior where you can change the part in here yet, I don't think. But yeah, that's kind of what my barn looks like. We have just very simple, just very basic light and dark. I'm not sure if I'll keep it, but I'm gonna keep it for now because just changing like these minor things here, that was expensive. Okay, so for real this time, goodbye everyone.